Okay. Hello. Hello. Okay. How's it going this morning? Northwoods RV Live. Thank you for coming in. Brett's channel. Thank you for coming. Jake, Scott, thank you so much for coming. Thank you very much. Scott Jacobs, an appreciation. I'm sure you got plans today. Kim in Ohio. Thank you for showing up today. The Modern King. Hello. Our Epic RV Adventure. Thank you for coming. I'm very happy you all are here so far. Trying to get it up here on my phone so I can follow the chat easier. There it is. Trying to get it up here on my phone. Turn it off. Roy and Becky's Travels. Thank you guys for coming. Van Life with Gina Payne. So is it now just Van Life? Is it now just Van Life with Gina? Did I miss a name change? I thought it was Van Life with Gina Payne. Anyways, who else we got? Linda R. Thank you for the raid, Roy and Becky. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Linda Barker, hello. Kaylee. Finally caught me, huh? Well, thank you for coming. I appreciate it very much. And as you come in, if you want to tap the thumbs up or thumbs down, sometimes, I guess, sometimes people just got to do it. And that's okay with me. All right. So how's everybody doing today? You're so sweet, Linda. The RV DJ, thank you. Thank you very much for coming. I believe you're new to my channel, coming in here. I caught you yesterday. I spent a lot of time watching some videos, different new people. And so it definitely, yep, we're at 575 subscribers. And last night when I kind of wrote up everything that I was going to touch on today, I was at 572. So overnight I got a couple more. And we're at 268.7 hours, watch hours. 268 and climbing. We're doing our best here. I've got a video I'm working on. I've got an appointment this afternoon from about 1 to 2. Then I'll be back and I'll be working all the rest of the day on videos I've got coming out. So I do have some content. I've said this and I'll probably say it again. I need a drink of coffee. And it stays the way very warm in this. It wouldn't matter if it was ice. Wow, that's some strong coffee. Or if it's hot, it maintains the temperature of whatever's in there. Linda R., you're new to me, I'm pretty sure. So glad you came over from the raid. So I know I was saying something. And let me. So anyways, yeah, yesterday we went out and we got some content. We went to a local park. We did a live pop-up and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful day out yesterday here. And in the park, the breeze was nice. I would say it was about 85-ish. And the river right there, the Mackenzie River, and it was just great. And there was ducks and geese, and I got some good stuff. So Blue Wave Odyssey, watching from the banks of the Mississippi River. Wow. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you stopping in. Let me just check the chat. So we got 16 in the house. That's great. Glad to see everybody. Our Epic RV Adventure got a tornado warning here, so probably need to find a shelter. Please take care. I mean, you guys are smart people. I know you will. I hope that your rig handles it well. Aaron Jemison, I saw a video of his where he work camps, and there was one turned over on its side. Now, hello, good morning, Nomadic Rat Pack. I suspect those weigh a lot. Fifth wheels, this is a big, nice fifth wheel on its side. And I've always wanted to be in a tornado. Now, I'm not saying like a massive tornado where people die. That's not the kind of tornado I'd like to be in. But I like powerful things. And I think it's why the ocean, I love the ocean so much, is there's just nothing to compare it to except wind. But wind does move the oceans along. So anyways, that's just one of my little quirks. I someday would like to be in one of those. And I would like to feel what an earthquake feels like. Now, again, I'm not talking a major earthquake. I'm just talking one that I feel. So that's the craziness that goes on in this head. So this morning, so all the power went out this morning. As I was waking up, getting ready for the day, I noticed the power was out. Now, I do know how to take a military shower, no problem. And I know there's enough hot water in the hot water tank for a while that I can do that, because a few years ago we had a massive ice storm in Eugene. Massive. It shut down the whole area. It was horrible. And power went out for thousands and tens and thousands of people. Our town is about 200,000, I think. And I would say the majority of us had no power. And my dad was still living in the house, and he was still walking and using his walker. But it was a horrible experience. It was like 13 degrees, 15 degrees, 18 degrees. I mean, it was so low. I've never, and so I like weird things. And I thought it would be really kind of cool to go through that. But I went over to where my son was living. Richard and I drove over there, and on our way, it was like there were trees down in major thoroughways, and it was very frightening. And we were having to drive around trees, and we went to the dollar store to get a bunch of candles because we knew we were going to need candles. And you remember that? Okay, it was horrible. And so we went to the dollar store to get candles, and we were at the counter getting ready to check out, and there's one person in front of us. Everything goes out, and we all get escorted out of the store. We don't get to buy anything unless we had cash. I haven't had cash since about 2000. I just don't carry cash. I don't carry cash. And so we couldn't buy what we needed, but we got home. But I remember feeling that it was so cold that even under massive amount of blankets, and we got my dad covered up well to keep him warm. And but I felt coldness that I never want to feel again. It was horribly frightening. It was frighteningly cold. And it was just not what I thought it was going to be. So that's what things kind of turn out with me, is like, I think it would be interesting to go through, and then I get in the middle of it and I'm like, oh my God, what's wrong with my head? Why did I think an ice storm would be fun to go through? So anyways, that's that insanity. And then back to today. So I've got a few. First of all, again, thank everybody for coming. If you haven't already been able to do a thumbs up, a thumbs down, whatever feels appropriate to you, go ahead and take care of that if you can. I forget if I wait when I'm in a room. So almost always, even if I'm watching a video, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt that they're doing the best they can. And so I give everybody 99 and 9/10 of the time a thumbs up. Sometimes I have to, after it's over, I think of maybe 2 or 3 times out of all the time I've been watching YouTube, the way that I do it now, where I study YouTube, I've went and gave them a thumbs down or taken my thumb away. I just don't really like giving thumbs down. So that's just me. Anyways, the more we experience, the more empathy we are capable. Okay, so I love snow. My little sister and I love snow. And I love our four seasons here in Oregon, where I live specifically. We don't get snow much any longer, but we used to when I was a child every single year, just a couple inches for a little short period of time. Well, and most of all, you know, I'm a recovering alcoholic, 25 years sober. I've worked with a lot of alcoholics, women, to help them learn how to stay sober, blah, 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 blah. So one time, what happened is that, and I worked as a counselor too. And so as I started working with people and where I liked to go hang out and help people, it's the worst part of Eugene. It would be, you know, considered the Skid Row of Eugene. And there was a place where everybody gathered to learn this information about sobriety. And so, but it was where I loved to be because I had enough knowledge to pass on to somebody. And so I felt like it was my duty. It was given to me freely. I need to give it away freely. And so I started feeling guilty about loving the snow because it's also the area where the most homeless people hang out. And I was just beside myself at times with people that I had just fallen in love with that were homeless or living at the Eugene Mission that was just right down the street. And I started feeling guilty for loving the snow. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Just talking about the weather because it is beautiful and I'm happy. Okie doke. So let's see what I've got on tap today. Okay, so let's start out with, and I'm going to do my best. If this doesn't work, I'm not going to fight it. And I'm pretty sure next week I'll have a new computer. I've got a plan in place, but I can't do it till next week, about the middle of next week. So I will have this computer today, and I'll have this computer Monday. But I believe by Thursday I will have a new laptop. This is just an old desktop, and it's too old. It's 10 years old. I've updated everything that could be updated, and it just doesn't want to work the way I need it to work. And it is the video card. So I'm going to try. I'm fairly certain I'll have my new computer by next Thursday. All right. So what I'm going to try is I've got some funny photos from the 60s. Okay. I was born in 1961. I have sisters that are old enough to be my mom, or right on that edge of being my mom. So I remember some of these kind of things because I had sisters that were, you'll see. All right, so we're going to try this. If it doesn't work, I won't fight it and I will stop and we'll just chat. I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to go to Chrome. And which one do I want to pull up first? Let's go with this one. So you know when you're going to have a bad holiday is when your parents have to come and bail you out of jail on Easter. So this young man right here, parents had to bail him out on Easter. And it looks like the rest of the family is not too excited. But the little girl with this thing on her hair is cuter than crud. Good morning, Victoria May Wallace. Thank you for coming, Vicki. And Gracie, Seeking Adventures. I am so glad you're here. So we're going to do some funny photos. So this is a bail out of jail on Easter Day. And I can tell you, in my family, the time I was arrested the night before my wedding, because I was having too much fun. And it was my fault. It was not Richard's. It was my fault. My parents did not bail me out, but they did pick me up when I was released. And not a word was said in that car. And when my mother is quiet, she's thinking bad things. Okay. So yeah, that I thought was, it resonated. The Modern King. Oh, he's so sweet. He's my son. So we're going to get rid of that one. That one's done. Let's get rid of it. Okay, so I don't know how many of you remember hairdos of the 60s. Come on. I have to do this every time this way. Darn it. All right. Hairdo. It should be. I have pictures of my sister. Hey, look at that hair. What doorway was she fitting through with that hair is my question. My oldest sister, Linda, I distinctly remember this. And my sister, Nancy. My sister, Nancy's still alive, but you don't see her on here because she doesn't come. She says her grandson messed up her password. But anyways, that's the hair. I remember that hair. And by the way, one time, if it's on film, family film, I was a little girl about 3 years old, and my sister, who had hair like this, was in beauty school. That was from beauty school. And she came up, she did my hair like this. I was 3 or 4 years old. It's on our home videos. And my hair looked like this, except it was white blonde. I have reddish blonde hair. It's very close to this color. I had hair like this at 3 years old because she was practicing on me. Does that seem like child abuse to you? It does to me. God, I couldn't believe that when I saw the video. Kaylee, let's see, Modern King. All right, so we'll get rid of this one. And then we're going to go there. Article, by the way. It's a wonderful article. I have to do it again. Share the screen. Chrome tab. I don't know if anybody here had this, but back in the day when I was in grade school, we learned through tricycles about using tricycles to navigate streets. In our gym, the police would come and they set up this whole thing where there were stop signs and all kinds of things going on in there. And with tricycles, it was like the first grade. With tricycles, we would learn how to stop, follow the signs. I mean, really. So this article caught my attention because tricycle operators said too reckless. Eddie Jones 3 was described as a reckless and incompetent tricycle operator in a $50,000 damage suit in district court against his father. This guy was apparently injured or something when he was struck by this incompetent 3-year-old. How dare that 3-year-old? He should have known better. Come on, you can do it. All right, and so our last photo, and this is a real photo. This is not doctored, allegedly. I've flown one time in my life, and it was in a small commuter plane at the coast, Newport, Oregon. Richard got me to get into one. It is his fault. So, and this was a propeller, just like the one I flew in. Do you notice the guy outside on the front? He had out of his plane and go restart his propeller. Hello? We were in a plane very similar to this. We were in the back seat, and we were out on the ocean looking at the Yaquina Head Lighthouse. So we were out, looking straight onto the beach where the lighthouse is on one side and the beach is on the other side. And all of a sudden, it feels like the plane stops. And you know what the pilot says to me? Because I am panicking. He says, "Don't worry. We're within coasting distance." Now, we didn't pay $50 to coast into the beach. I'm just saying, this seems wrong, that somebody should have to get out on their wing and start their plane. All right. So, that should go away. I'm back. All right. Yep, balls of steel. That's all I can say too. There's a man who lives down the street from me who has been a trainer, a flight trainer at the local community college, and I just don't get it. I really don't. I don't want to fly. I would rather drive or take a train if I have to go somewhere. My little sister had to fly across the country with my niece to go to the Mayo Clinic, and which, by the way, was a farce. She got 5 minutes with the doctor. This is thousands of dollars worth of flight, staying someplace. She got 5 minutes with the doctor, who told her there's nothing he could do for her. Anyways, that's just a sad story right there. So, whoa, Nelly, hello, thank you for coming by. And again, if you didn't get a chance to hit the thumbs up, we're about even right now. Cool, that's good. All right, so what happened this morning, I know now what I was going to tell y'all. So when all the electricity went out, my computer crashed. And last night, I set up all the pages I wanted to show you. There was news stories, funny news stories, as well as the photos. And this morning, crash goes the computer because the electricity goes out. So I go and try to retrieve everything. And of course, the computer starts battling me. And it was no fun. So that's why there isn't more this morning. I retrieved what I could, and it'll by next Thursday it will be better. All right. So also, I'm just looking at my notes that I have taped to the wall next camera. Let's talk about channels. I want a piece of paper out here. If I have, I know I have paper because it's a computer right next to me. All right, so I'm gonna move my, and at the last minute I had to change keyboards. I am not techie. I am not techie. And I had to change the keyboard out, the mouse. It looks exactly like the old one. It's Logitech, looks exactly like the old one, but it was not working. The little thingy that you plug into the back of the computer, a mess for some reason. So I had this new one I bought for something else, and luckily had it sitting around. All right, so let's talk about channels. Is there anybody? So what I wanted to see, who is nearing a benchmark with hours, or with, let's start with hours. Is there anybody who you know of even that hangs out in our chats that is hitting a benchmark? I do know that Johnny's Journey, could someone drop Johnny's Journey for me? Is close on hours. They have the friends, they're just looking for hours. So if somebody could do that. Oh, Kaylee, you do high-tech repairs all the time with duct tape, string, Elmer's glue. And you know what's really good is Gorilla Glue. My son fixed something with Gorilla Glue the other day, and I do not think it's breaking. I don't think that's going to separate. Oh, that is strong coffee. And I made it, but normally with this strong of coffee, I would use half and half. Musical car appraisal. I remember you. You were here a couple months ago. Thank you for coming back. I really appreciate it very much. Right now, we're talking about channels who might need, Kaylee can't drop the link. Oh, Kaylee, you should be a moderator, and I can. My phone is right here. Let's see. There you go. And Whoa, Nelly, I'm also going to make you a moderator. Yeah, so if somebody could dare, Scott, thank you, Scott. Thank you very much for Johnny's Journey. So I know that she needs some hours, and although I think she's very close, is what my understanding is. And I ran some last night for her, and so I'm going to do it again this afternoon with another phone. Honey and Me, you have 127 hours to go. That's it. All right, so let's Honey and Me. Let's see, where do we go here? Where'd that 127 go? All right, Honey and Me, could you please drop your link? So Honey and Me, 127. So I have another option for running. I have an iPad. I've just got to plug it in and get it charged up, and I will run Honey and Me on one and Johnny's Journey on the other. Oh, Kaylee, you are so supportive. Before I go any further with channels that are looking for stuff, could all non-content creators put in a CC or NN, please? Because if it were not, I still cannot believe people who are not content creators go to and watch all of the channels. I mean, I see Kaylee in a variety of places. And it's important. It's important to have non-content creators. I didn't realize that until I started creating content, and I started seeing how the support system works. So Linda R is a non-content creator, and Linda Barker. So we've got Linda R, Linda Barker, Kaylee. That's 3 so far. Gracie Seeking Adventures. There's 4 right there in this chat today that are non-content creators. Thank you so much. I have to find a way to I really feel like you guys need to have special recognition, because you're part of a community of people that really depend on your support and appreciate it. I know everybody that every chat I go into where they acknowledge this is highly appreciative. So thank you so much. And I believe Box Van D, I think that on some of her Sunday live streams that she even does a wheel that's just for non-content creators. Now I could be wrong, but there's something in my mind telling me I'm right. But don't hold me to that. But I'm just saying that we all appreciate you guys. All right, Honey and Me, thank you for dropping your link. All right. So is there anybody who is under, who's nearing 1,000 friends? Is there anybody who's nearing that needs some support? Because there's a couple people in here who might not know you. But I'm telling you, every person in here, I know at one level or another. And there's no, I think there was only one, Linda R. This is the first time I've had you in a chat that I think that I would remember. So that's the only person I can't say in my mind I remember, but thank you for showing up. So my point is that everybody here, most everybody knows everybody, but there's a couple people. Muscle Car Appraisal, thank you for watching my playlist. I hope that, oh, Honey and Me. So yes, they are so, I love Honey and Me. And let's see. Linda Barker, being an NN isn't a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. And in the ineloquent words of Slow Momentum, you didn't have to do it, but you did. Oh God. Oh, that was a bad example, but his way works. When he says it, it makes perfect sense. Okay, so how about subscribers, friends? Like I'm saying, everybody on this chat I know, and if you don't know each other, go check each other out. At one time, I thought that I was connected to who was it? I don't know if they're even on this chat today, but I wasn't. It was somebody I watch all the time. I go and I watch their videos, and then I went to watch a video, and it wasn't showing me as a friend of theirs, and I'm like, what happened? How does that happen? But it does apparently happen. So let's see. So we've got that kind of covered a little bit. So anything else as far as people needing some coverage, needing hours, anything? All right. So I have Johnny's Journey and Honey and Me. All right. So is there anybody who'd like to come up and chat about their channel? Because I'd love to have you up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just drop a link because I knew it. I'm going to drop this link, copy to clipboard, close that window, copy and paste down here. Come on, paste. And then chat. There you go. Come on, you can do it. All right. I'm going to put this up here for a minute. Okay, so I have dropped the link. If anybody'd like to come up and chat, and I will double up over here so that we can actually have you. Oh, come on. It says that I'm having trouble connecting, but my internet is good. That's really bizarre. I think one of the things is I can't have too many things going at once. You know what? It doesn't matter if you're grungy from working in the yard. Okay? I appreciate seeing people in real life, you know, how, you know, I've definitely done videos or come on without being 100%, but I understand. I understand. So what I'm going to do is just wait here and talk about something else, and hopefully in a minute, after I take another sip of coffee, somebody will want to come up and chat. So one of the things I was going to talk about, Modern King, my son, he's almost at 2,300 subs. Now his channel is not my cup of tea, but there's people who love it. You know, he does well. I don't know what his hours are like. What are your hours like, Modern King? Because that's, if you've got the hours and you've got the subscribers, then why not apply for monetization? Just saying. So nobody down there yet. So one of the things I was going to talk about today is, let me pull this up. So I have, I think that's it. Nope. Okay, so I have a working Patreon account now. And I want to thank, I've got to get to it, my first 2 Patreon members. To Alex and Priscilla. You didn't have to do it, but you did. I love that saying. You know, people don't have to support us. Now, these are 2 family members, but they didn't have to do that at all because I talked to them. They know what's going on. But I was so surprised when I got a message that I had Patreon members. And I was so excited because it just, you know, it isn't even necessarily about the money because it's $1, $3, and $5. And right now, if people, the first 5 people that sign up for Patreon will get everything that I've got identified there as benefits for $2 instead of $5. So, because the highest bracket is $5. So, but in reality, it's the $1, and I shouldn't probably say this, but it's the $1 people that matter to me a lot, because that $1, I support 2 people with $1. It's not much, but it's what I could do, and so anyways, I was very happy when I saw that I had these 2, and then I went and I saw it, and it was my little sister Priscilla and my son. And he has another account. That's crazy to me. I have 1 account, but I appreciate it. And I told her, I said, you did not have to do this. And she said, but I wanted to. So I'm really grateful to them. And I've asked people to just go take a look at my Patreon page because I like the feedback. I'm somebody who appreciates. Patty, no, there's nobody here. That's my, hey, killer. That's my killer beagle. On guard. Okay. It's all right. Everything's okay, Pat. It's all right, baby girl. And so it was just really fun. And I enjoy honest feedback from people. I'm not somebody who has, I don't mind people giving me constructive criticism. And so I just had hoping that people would look at it and tell me what they think, honestly, about the 3 tiers, the 1, the 3, and the 5. Although, like I said, the $5 tier is $2 for the first 5 people. So there's 3 left, 3 spots left. And she is that dog. When there's all 3, so there's her, and then my son's, our family, but my son's shepherd, Malinois Wolf, he does not bark unless he feels like somebody's at the door, and then he does his big boy bark. And then so when it's Patty's here, and then Czar, that's his name, is here, and then the other love of my life, Loki, who's this pit bull, she really is the big dog. Patty is the big dog in the pack, and they all look to her. And the pit bull loves her. He's in love with Patty. Now they are traveling. They're in Texas right now. They're going to hang out there for a while, and I miss the dog. Yes, honey and me. My son loves me, and I know he loves me. He's a great kid. I had one child, and so unfortunately, as I learned my lessons as a mom, as a parent, yes, Kaylee, Czar speaks softly and carries a big bite. Between him and the pit bull, the teeth that I always looked at and just thought, oh my God, I never want to be bit by them. Although neither one have ever been aggressive with us in any way. So is the German Shepherd. He has teeth like a wolf, and his teeth always scared me because I just could see them ripping something. Loki, the pit, his teeth, and I understand that his bite is a big bite potentially, but his teeth just never scared me. Looking at his mouth, and he was so loving. He would sleep between. So my nephew and his girlfriend lived with us for a year, and they worked away from Eugene. They worked on a crew that worked away from Eugene, and Loki would get up and sleep under the covers right up against me. And I've got a beautiful picture of Loki sleeping next to me. It just, on Richard's pillow, although. And so I am a dog lover, I do, but that pit bull and I are bonded. He helped me recover from surgery. He's very loving, and just, I miss him. Sometimes I cry, and I call them and get on a video call just so I could see Loki. I mean, I miss William and Peggy, but I miss Loki. And they know it too. So Kaylee, honey and me, if you drink soda, I don't recommend soda drinking. Try your local stores and see if they have their own store brand soda. Soda is bad for you. It's luckily I've never had that as something I needed. I would prefer a spicy hot V8 over water over anything. Spicy hot V8 is my next love. So it looks like nobody wants to come up and chat, and that's okay. But I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to drop one more link one more time in case somebody can't find it, and it'll be there if you need it. Come on, copy. All right, close that window. Drop that link. There we go. It should be coming up. Weekend RVing. Hello, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it very much. We're just right now talking to see if anybody wants to come up and chat about their channel. I have had some problems in the past because this is an old computer, and I'm 99% sure I'll have a new one by Thursday of next week. I can't get it until next week, but I am going to have one. I always call it pop. I call it soda. If I drink soda, I prefer A&W root beer and then Sprite under that. So when I am in the mood for a soda, It's A&W root beer or Sprite. I'll tell you what I'm falling in love with over this summer is the little pops, the little popsicle things that you have to cut the top off of. I can't think of their proper name, but I love them. And I usually get a green and an orange at the same time. I'm just saying, a green and an orange because it's just not enough. So let's see where we're at. So that's that with the Patreon. And then, and I would also appreciate if anybody feels like giving me some feedback after this is done, coming back and just telling me what you think about Patreon and your experience with it, if you have had any experience with it, because, you know, this is all new to me. And then if you want to drop a one-time in my tip jar at PayPal, there it is. And our goal is to be able to use this money to help our channel grow. And by that, I mean, specifically, there are some things that I would like to be able to have. And for the channel, I would love to have a GoPro with a gimbal. And right now, you know, anything helps towards these kind of things. And that's why I've got it. And that's just a fact. And we're not going to be taking any trips to Mexico, Cancun, the Bahamas on it. It's really to help grow the channel. Things that will help us have. I was looking at my camera yesterday, and that's what I use. I've got a Samsung camera phone. And okay, so Brent, well, actually, we bought it. We have this now, and this is like $40, $39.99 at Walmart, and it's got a little light on it. And then you put your camera right here. Whoop, back over this way. Put the camera right there. So, you know, that's a little inexpensive. Oh, and it also has a remote, little remote, and then it goes right back in. Let me get you back in here. Pop it back in the leg. And you can plug the camera in to this, and it will take pictures. It does not operate it doesn't operate. Haley, Lucretia, I think you should put your PayPal and Patreon links in the description of each video. Okay. All right. So thank you for that feedback. In description. I have been looking at some other channels. So I started from the beginning. I've studied YouTube as opposed to just watching YouTube. In the beginning, I watched it. And see you later. You have a great day, Scott. Thank you for coming by. Very appreciative. So I've been looking at some other channels, studying them, bigger channels, what I would look at and say that's a successful channel. And one of them is the RV Odd Couple. You know, if somebody could drop their link. I have been looking at things like their description, and I've looked at my description, and my description is not adequate. And there is things that I can be putting in there that I just didn't think of, and that is one of them. So we are just learning. You know, we're just learning. So some of you have been around, even the non-content creators have been around before us and watching, you know, and so you know more than I know. And I don't say that lightly, that people, because I have a fairly vast, you know, knowledge base, but there's things I don't know, and it's the business end of YouTube. There was something else that it started in this side of my head and it zipped across this side. So yesterday I went to so on another topic. Oh, if you are a moderator, just please go ahead and drop your link. Again, I think everybody knows each other, but there might be a few people who don't. So if you're moderator and you could drop your link and drop the link for Muscle Car Appraisal. Muscle Car Appraisal. I'd like their link dropped too. If you would, please. Just checking the chat real fast here. But first, a word from our sponsor, coffee. Coffee is sponsoring this. Yeah, really it is. And someone is coming into my house. Oh, hello. All right. So, yeah, coffee is sponsoring this live stream. Okay. So, thank you for dropping. I have watched about 2,000 RV Odd Couples yesterday. I started watching them. I've watched them before, but I wasn't paying close attention at the time. But I'll tell you what, I'm paying close attention now. I'm paying close attention now. And I love how they're very honest about the relationship under the stress of travel. You know, they have a child. We won't have a child, but we'll have our 20-year-old beagle. But they're just very honest about things. And this is probably not the end of the... So Richard and I are very much a YouTube couple, but he's not in love with this. It's like I'm not in love with the, you know, the production end of it, doing the video editing. I like it once I do it, but I prefer chatting over creating, I guess. And I'm going to have to get over that. So anyways, thank you, Kaylee, for dropping that link. Very much appreciative. One more person. I would like you to drop the link of David, if you could, please. Gone Boondocking. He will be on our channel. He was supposed to be on our channel one time several weeks ago, but something happened and he was not able to. This man is the smartest man in the room. He's the smartest person in the room. And I say that with complete belief that that guy is one of the smartest people I've ever had the opportunity to listen to. You know, I'm going to now put up our email address if anybody would like to reach me or Richard. There is our email address. There we go. So and he still is going to come on. And I know that I recommended you go watch his channel. And one specific thing on there is called the Hour Shower. And if anybody in here is a part-time or a full-time RVer, van lifer, whatever, this guy has something that everybody is going to want who sees it. It's literally, you use, I think it's either a half a gallon or a gallon of water, and you literally do an hour of showering with that water. He is a scientist. He's designed cars. The man is brilliant, and he has got patents pending on it. And he's not trying to become a millionaire off of this. Oh, there we go.
Oh, am I using my new vlogging kit?
Yes.
Oh God, that has a light on it?
Yep.
Oh God.
We got matching.
Am I vlogging a live stream? What? Is this like Inception? What are you doing? Are you doing a live stream? This is for my video that's going on my channel. And by the way, the remote does work for video and photo.
Oh, it does?
Yes, once you connect it via Bluetooth.
Oh gosh. See?
But everyone is going to be on a video.
I love this. Woo! I love this boy. I call him a boy. He's 30 years old, but he's my baby for life.
I love you too.
Thank you, Brent. So, Gone Boondocking. Go to Gone channel, start with your video number 02. He shows it. So I can't wait to have him on. I love listening to him, and he's just so smart. So, the Hour Shower, something you want to look into, and that's again not expensive. Let's see. So, how many hours do you I
put in there, I have about 600.
About 600?
Well, like lifetime, I have thousands.
Right.
But in the last year is what they go by.
Yes.
And so as for my YouTube hours that I could use, it's more like 600 watch hours. And so I have about 3,400 to go. So there we go.
Yeah, well, you need to be working on hours. Hello, Camping with Clammy. We're just having a chat right now. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. So, yes, David Gone Boondocking is interested in making life easier and safer for boondocks and everyone else not for profit. Absolutely not for profit. He is is altruistic in nature. He is just I'm shocked because what he's developed, I believe, could be sold for a lot of money, but it's just not. He's just said he doesn't need it and he doesn't want to do that. It's not what he's in for. He's in to make it better for people.
Yeah, I'm sure Tesla would love it.
Yeah.
Or Amazon.
Amazon or Tesla. That's what my son said. Now, so anyways, that's that. So there's still a few minutes left. And if anybody'd like to come up and chat, the link is ready for you to go. So yesterday I went to a new doctor, a new primary care physician, because I had to change insurance to get the neurosurgeon who did my surgery. And on my back, I think it's now 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago today, I had surgery. And so I had to change my insurance to get him to be covered. And so that caused me to lose every doctor I had, my general practitioner and my endocrinologist. And those are the two big things, so serious things. And so I went to a new practitioner yesterday, and I was griping the whole way over there because he's in Springfield, which is our neighboring town, and he's about 10 miles away. And it just irks me. That's an old word. I don't see new young people saying irks either, by the way. It irks me that I have to drive 10 miles to get a dang doctor. And however, this man, I am so lucky to have. For some reason, he was a cardiothoracic surgeon for 20 years. He did transplants on infants at the Mayo Clinic. My gosh, he is so for me. Okay. I need to look at what Kaylee's saying here. Oh, scheduled for 7 tonight. Is that Eastern, I assume? So it would be 4 o'clock our time. Yep, Eastern time. Working on silicone black tank diverter and a generator silencer. Wow. A generator silencer. I know that would be a big, gigantic deal for a lot of people. Big, gigantic deal. So I get this new doctor, and I go to him yesterday, and I fall in love with him because he's so dang smart. And he also is a specialist in working with weight loss. And he was talking about this. He said, this isn't even about food, Lucretia. And so because the topic came up. And so anyways, he's a nutritionist. He's everything. He's everything. So he was talking about it at a level of enzymes. And he said he one time had a 400-pound man on his table doing surgery on him. As I said, he was a cardiothoracic surgeon. So those are big surgeries. My mother had 3 of them. And he said his enzyme level was like 0. He was getting no nutrition from the food. And so his body was his instinct was survival. And so he just said, they took 8 vials of blood from me yesterday. And he said he could help me lose 100 pounds. And it would not be that difficult. And so that would be wonderful. And I'm telling you, I'll do whatever the guy has, has in mind. So we're going to meet again next week. And I'm just sharing that, it's might be too MI for some people, but I'm real person. And if there's people who they like more surface stuff, I'm probably not their cup of tea. And that's okay. I don't care. His name is I think it's Andrew Zimmerman is his last name. Last name is Zimmerman. I think it's Andrew. And so I'm excited. I don't mind driving 10 miles to see this guy. I've gotten to a point in my path of this up and down weight, because since COVID started, I've gained 40 pounds of what I had worked really hard to lose, because I've lost 100 pounds on my own. I've lost 100 pounds on my own. But I'm stuck. I'm very stuck. I have stenosis. Oh God, and bulging disc, stenosis. So Kaylee, my neurosurgeon, his name is Christopher G. Miller. And he works on the most difficult of us. I am not the average size person, as y'all probably have guessed. Let me position myself correctly. I'm at peace with who I am, and that is just the way it is. But nobody wants to be fat. Okay, so nobody wants to be overweight. And so getting to a point where I can't do it by myself anymore, and then in walks this phenomenally capable doctor to my life. He's very compassionate, non-judgmental, very knowledgeable. Like I said, he's talking enzymes. Did I ask? I told Richard he should fire his doctor and go to my doctor. That's how much I like this guy. Richard, he's different than me. Richard can be more difficult to deal with because he doesn't ask a single question. He goes in, sees them, bye, see you later. Kaylee lost 105 pounds all my adult life. My thyroid quit, my weight doubled. So I'm on thyroid medicine, and also I am adrenal insufficient. So my adrenal glands are not working. And that is a direct result of having to have so much steroids shot into my knees for years. And so the reality, and I know this is not a conversation most people ever want to hear. I can't even believe I'm talking about it on YouTube, but it's just who I am. So a result of all the years of steroid shots in my knees, and it caused my adrenal glands to stop producing the hormone they're supposed to produce. So now I have to be on steroids the rest of my life, which, by the way, this doctor's like, we got to get you off of that because that actually is causing you to gain weight. And I said, no, you can't get me off of it because I'm adrenal insufficient, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, I'm just saying that, if you need help, so when I'm resistant to change unless I've decided that's what it should be. I'm a resistor. I'm like a brick wall. And I don't generally take direction easy unless it seems like that's what makes sense. And once it makes sense to me, I'm like, I'm all in. I don't like put my toe in the water. I'm out of the water or I'm in the deep end. It's one or the other. It's like with my hair. I've either got hair down to here, layers all over the place, or I've got short hair. There is no in between for me. So it's just my personality style. So I'm excited about this. And I suppose you guys will watch and see. if it works or if I'm really that committed. So this also gives me some accountability, by the way. I'm someone who
Look at Patty. She ran She ran into the blanket on her.
My little beagle. Oh, there's the oh, Czar. Czar, come here, baby. Come here. Say, come here. I'm gonna move out. There you go. There's our big boy.
Oh,
Isn't he beautiful? Can you believe as a puppy he was abused severely? People restrained him with barbed wire, and he still has the marks on his legs. But he is lovely. That guy is. Hi, baby.
Hey, Grandma.
So him and the pit bull got into a fight.
No, it was the pit bull attacked.
Yes, yes, but there was a fight.
Because he was trying to protect me.
Yes, he felt, the German Shepherd Czar felt that Loki was going to attack Brent, and I don't think that was the case, but there was, I think, miscues. But anyways, so there was a big giant dog fight. And to see a pit bull and a German Shepherd in that they were locked in. And Richard was on one side pulling the pit bull, and Brent was on the other side pulling his German Shepherd. And it was a hellacious sound. And I went running out there, and I tried to get the water to work. I couldn't even screw the water hose on, because one of the ways you can get dogs to release is water, and we just had no problems with them. And all it takes is what. Anyways, Loki the pit bull ripped open Czar's chest, and these were brothers. They'd been, step brothers, and for a while. Willie, my nephew and his girlfriend had both dogs originally, and so anyways, he had to go to the vet, of course, and be fixed. Can you get what you need for your adrenal glands? So next week I'm going back to the doctor, and we're going to talk about all of this, because I want to be as healthy as I possibly can when I go on the road. And I'm going on the road at the beginning of the year, one way or another. I've got to. It's just what is that called, Brent? That inside of a dial, the thing where north and south and east and west. Oh, yes, it's like this, and like something's pulling me north starward, and that is the road. And
you want to go to Arizona?
Yes,
that's south.
I know it's south. It's called an analogy, Brent. Oh, he loves trying.
Can I show you Streamless?
Just okay. So Brent, he wants to show you something. He's an artist in training.
You guys may have seen some of my art before, but this is one of them. This is a beach painting. This is like sand. These are going to be for sale coming up.
Are they?
Yeah. I'm going to do a whole line of these drip paintings.
They're drip. He does.
This is a bayou.
I don't know.
It's kind of hard to tell, but this is like a marshland.
I think.
And the sun
shining. Turn it up that way. This way. That's how I see it. That to me is a forest. See, I see a forest. He sees a marshland.
It's really, everyone has their own. Like this one has a sparkle in it.
Yep.
I don't know if you can see it, but these are all going to be coming for sale soon. This is a heart, like a bleeding heart. And then this is whatever you want it to be.
That looks like confusion. Well, thank you for showing us your art, Brett.
It's going to go, half the proceeds are going to your channel.
Wow. So physical therapy helped Kaylee, but didn't cure. And I understand that. I've had so much physical therapy. I know where the physical therapist lives. I know where kids go to school. I know where they play soccer. Okay, so years of it. Yeah, beautiful version of a Rorschach test. So yeah, physical therapy. And I do know that last word on the doctor, I'll let you know next week how things come out. He tested there. I don't think there's anything else he could have tested, because I asked the lady who just, I looked down and it's like I wasn't paying attention. It just, I don't mind having my blood drawn, but I don't like to watch them put the needle in my arm. And so I looked down, you know, and I look back and it's like there's 8 full vials of blood. And I'm like, what is he testing me for? And by the way, he also had an EKG done on me, which scared the crud out of me, because he listened to my heart and he goes, I think I'm going to have an EKG done. And I thought he was going to like send me somewhere, but no, he pulls in an EKG machine. Well, he doesn't, but his girl who does the work pulls in an EKG machine and doesn't. And so I was scared, but it must have turned out fine because they let me go. And so I think I've stumbled onto a gold mine and a doctor. And so I will let you know next week how everything turns out. And you'll be kind of like my, what is the word I used a minute ago? Accountability group. Oh God. It's not an easy, it's just not easy. Richard loses weight really fast. When Richard's down, like he's been down for a year solid, he will lose weight really quick when he gets fixed and up. So although last night I was going to kill him because I woke up and it was 3:30 and our TV was still on and his eyes were still open. And I said, turn off the TV. And keeping yourself mobile, no matter what. Like I took my walker with me yesterday, and please know, it is not an easy thing for me to do. I don't know why. I'm grateful I've got a walker, and I do need it if I'm going to walk any distance. I walk fine around the house. I don't. And if I go into a store, a small store where they have carts, but at Walmart I have to use a rider. And that is because the instability in my legs right now, a whole nother story, but I'm not going to go into it right now. But they're still building back up from having the knee replacements last year, the muscles. And in all honesty, the reality is most likely that's because my weight is making it harder to get to that fully recovered place, because and my knee doctor hates to talk about it. He's very kind to me, but sometimes it's not kind to not say the truth. Well, so yeah, keeping oneself as physical as possible. And for some people, that's really just, it is a wheelchair, but getting out. So yesterday, just getting out and walking a little tiny bit with my walker, sitting down, watching the ducks. If anybody was on my live stream yesterday, my pop-up, you saw the ducks. Yep. Excess weight makes everything worse. It does. It does. That's just a fact. All right. I've got an appointment at 1:10 that I have to be at. So I'm going to have to end this live stream, but thank you so much for showing up. I love you all in a way that's just not, I can't explain. And I say this every time, but I do. And there was something I wanted to leave you with today that I got a message. A friend of mine always does recovery message to people, a bunch of us. And at the end of it, he does a Scottish proverb. Scottish, I'm Scottish, well, I'm Scottish, Irish, Indian. I know you don't see the Indian in this very white face and blue eyes, but there's Indian. And by the way, 19% African American, according to blood test. I don't see it, but it's there. All right. Here's what I want to leave you with, and this is Scottish proverb. Live simply, love generously, care deeply, speak kindly, leave the rest to God. And that's what I'm going to do today, and that's what I hope the rest of you do today. Best of your capability. And I will see you soon. May see me in a pop-up this weekend. Someone else going live today. I have the schedule right here. Thursday, the next person that I show on is Ardez Car Life at 5 o'clock Eastern. So it's 2 o'clock our time. I mean, Pacific time. And so you guys have a great day, and I will see you soon. Thank you for coming by.